It is a bright morning at the floating market. The river glitters under the sun, and colorful boats are tied side by side, each one turned into a tiny floating food stall. The air smells of fried snacks, rice, and spices. Seagulls fly above, hoping to steal a bite. On one boat stands Ramesh, a cheerful man with a big mustache and an even bigger pan of hot oil. He is frying golden brown samosas that sizzle loudly. With his loud voice, he calls out to customers. Hot samosas, crispy like your ex's attitude. One bite and you'll forget your worries. Across from him, another boat gently rocks. This one belongs to Salma, known as the Biryani Queen. Her boat is filled with big pots of steaming biryani, the aroma spreading across the whole market. She smiles proudly and replies, "Come to me, my friends. Try my biryani. One plate and you'll remember me forever." Not far away floats Bunty, the youngest and funniest of all. He sells Pani Puri and wears a cap that says, King of Crunch. He fills puris quickly, drops them into spicy water, and jokes. "Don't fight, uncle and auntie, come here. My Pani Puri will make your eyes water with happiness and your heart dance." The three of them keep shouting their offers, trying to attract more customers. They laugh, tease each other, and sometimes splash a little water toward one another's boats. The customers love the energy and keep moving from one boat to another, tasting everything. The floating market turns into a happy mix of voices, smells, and laughter. Children clap when they see samosas jump in oil, and tourists take pictures of Salma's colorful biryani pots. Even the ducks in the water seem to enjoy the scene, swimming near Bunty's boat for stray bits of Pani Puri. The day starts with joy, friendship, and a little bit of friendly competition, none of them knowing that this cheerful morning will soon turn into the funniest food fight the market has ever seen. The sun climbs higher over the floating market, and the laughter of customers echoes across the water. Just then, Uncle Gopal, the oldest and most respected man in the market, stands up on his big wooden boat and rings a small bell. Everyone turns to look. His voice is loud but kind as he announces, "Today, we will have a great floating food competition. Whoever makes the most delicious and original dish will win the Golden Spoon Award." The news spreads like lightning. Every boat owner cheers, and customers clap excitedly. Ramesh, Salma, and Bunty look at each other with wide eyes. Their friendly competition suddenly becomes serious. Ramesh smiles mischievously and whispers to himself, "This time, my samosas will burn their tongues but win their hearts." He secretly adds extra green chilies into the filling, thinking the spicier, the better. The smell of frying chilies makes even the nearby ducks sneeze. Meanwhile, on the next boat, Salma adjusts her scarf and begins working on her special biryani. She adds more spices than usual: cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, and a handful of red chili powder. She grins proudly and says, "When people taste this, they will remember Salma's biryani forever." She doesn't notice that the wind has blown a little extra masala into her pot, making it even stronger than she planned. Bunty, on the other hand, decides to make his Pani Puri more exciting. "Everyone likes sweet water and spicy water," he says, "but what if I mix both together?" He grabs 2 bottles and pours them into one big bowl without checking which is which. He hums happily, unaware that he's mixed soda water instead of the tangy one. Bubbles rise up from the bowl, but Bunty just laughs and says, "Wow, my water is alive." As the competition begins, customers line up, eager to taste the dishes. The air is filled with the spicy aroma of samosas, the rich fragrance of biryani, and the tangy scent of Pani Puri. Everyone looks excited, but something strange is brewing. The 3 boats float close together, and each seller glances at the other 2 with playful suspicion. Ramesh tries to peek at Salma's biryani pot. Salma waves her ladle at him and says, "Stay in your boat, mister." Samosa. Bunty laughs and shouts, "Don't fight. You both will need my Pani Puri water to cool your tongues." The crowd roars with laughter. No one knows that in just a few minutes, this cheerful contest will turn into the funniest, spiciest disaster the floating market has ever seen. The competition is in full swing. The floating market buzzes with excitement as customers hop from one boat to another, eager to taste the famous dishes. The air is thick with the fragrance of samosas, biryani, and Pani Puri water. Everyone laughs, claps, and cheers as Uncle Gopal sails slowly between the boats, ready to judge the competition. Ramesh proudly serves the first plate of his super spicy samosas. The golden triangles shine with oil and look delicious. A young man takes a big bite, and within seconds, his face turns bright red. His eyes widen, steam seems to come out of his ears, and he starts shouting, "Fire! Fire in my mouth! Somebody give me water!" Ramesh, still trying to look confident, quickly hands him a glass. The man gulps it down, but the water is warm and salty by mistake. The crowd bursts into laughter. Even Ramesh can't stop himself from giggling. Next comes Salma's turn. Her biryani smells so rich and powerful that the entire market seems wrapped in its aroma. A group of women excitedly take the first few bites. But suddenly, their eyes start watering and they sneeze one after another. Achoo! Achoo! What is this? One of them laughs while reaching for a tissue. It's delicious but too spicy. Salma tries to hide her shock, pretending everything is fine. That's the secret flavor of my biryani, she says proudly, though she secretly tastes it and realizes it's way stronger than she expected. Meanwhile, Bunty stands on his boat with full confidence, ready to show off his special Pani Puri. He fills the puris quickly and hands them out. The first customer pops one in her mouth and immediately gets splashed with fizzy liquid, the soda water he mixed by mistake. The water bubbles out like a tiny fountain, spraying everyone nearby. Children start laughing, and even the ducks flap their wings and quack in confusion. Soon, the whole scene turns into chaos. People are sneezing from the biryani, coughing from the samosas, and dripping from the Pani Puri water. Ramesh tries to help a customer but slips on a wet patch and nearly falls into the river. Bunty's boat shakes so much from laughter that a few puris roll into the water, floating away like tiny golden balloons. Salma waves her hands, shouting, "Careful with the biryani pot." But it's too late. A small splash sends some rice into the air, landing right on Uncle Gopal's head. For a few moments, everyone is silent. Then someone starts laughing, and soon the entire market joins in. The customers, the vendors, even Uncle Gopal, can't stop laughing. The floating market looks like a funny food battlefield, samosas floating near biryani rice, Pani Puri shells drifting like little boats, and everyone drenched in spice and soda. It's a complete disaster, but the kind that makes everyone's stomach hurt from laughter instead of food. Uncle Gopal stands silently in the middle of the floating chaos, his boat slightly tilted under the weight of spilled biryani rice and splashed Pani Puri water. His white shirt, once spotless, is now decorated with yellow rice, red chili stains, and a few floating samosa crumbs. The laughter of the market slowly dies down as everyone realizes the mess they've made. The customers wipe their faces, trying to hold back giggles, and all eyes turn toward Uncle Gopal. He looks around at Ramesh, Salma, and Bunty, all standing quietly in their wobbly boats. Ramesh's mustache is dripping with oil, Salma's scarf is stained with biryani masala, and Bunty still has soda bubbles on his face. The three of them look like guilty children caught after a big prank. Uncle Gopal clears his throat and says, "So this is what the great floating food competition has turned into. A food flood." His voice is serious, but his lips tremble as if he's about to laugh. Everyone around starts to chuckle again, but he raises his hand. "You three wanted to win, but forgot what real cooking is about. You added more spice, more masala, more tricks, but you left out the most important ingredients: honesty, care, and love." Ramesh looks down, embarrassed. "Uncle, I just wanted my samosas to stand out." Salma sighs. "I thought more masala meant more flavor." Bunty scratches his head and says softly, "And I just wanted everyone to laugh." Uncle Gopal smiles kindly. "You see, you all had good intentions, but competition made you forget teamwork. When we sell food, we don't just sell taste. We share joy. Today, you made people laugh, but not for the right reasons." The three vendors glance at each other. Slowly, Ramesh picks up his oar and moves closer to Salma's boat. "Let's clean this mess," he says. Salma nods and grabs a small bucket to scoop the spilled biryani out of the water. Bunty jumps in with a cloth, trying to wipe the floating bowls and plates. The customers, touched by their effort, join in too. Some help pick up the samosas floating near the ducks, while others tie the boats together so they don't drift apart. As they clean, the sun begins to set, casting a golden glow over the market. The laughter returns, softer this time.